Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to Ways Breakfast. This is the table where we always dish out conversations that truly matter to us, that truly matter to you. They say it is not by how much you earn, but how well you are able to manage and invest in it. But in today's fast-paced world of instant gratification, side hustles, and digital investment, how true is that saying? This morning, we're diving into the topic of building financial security in your 20s and 30s. From savings and smart spending to investment and financial discipline, we are going to explore what it really takes to build lasting wealth in a generation that wants it all. My name is Triumph Akimboye, and I am joined by my beautiful, brilliant Goodness Ide. And together we will help you unpack the secrets to securing your financial future. Now let's dive in. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Your words that you used to describe me is quite funny.
Because you're brilliant, and
Well,
I'm also learning from you. Because
even,
what's that?
not even, I'm not even talking about the brilliant aspect. When you say beautiful, so I'm wondering, am I really beautiful this morning?
You're actually looking beautiful. Let's not talk about, the way the whole the Lagos, I mean, yesterday, the way the whole Lagos was. And this morning too, we had the rain yesterday. There was shut down everywhere, traffic. Very terrible.
There are different types of beautiful. Well,
But you're looking beautiful. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. That's what they say. So whatever it is that I tell you, that is what you should believe.
I'm looking beautiful.
And take a look at the mirror and see how beautiful you look. I am your mirror this morning.
Okay.
All right, viewers, let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look through the papers of today. Stay tuned.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we'll analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Welcome back. Remember that you are the main ingredient in every of our conversation, and we would love to hear your thought on this. Our phone lines are open. Please call us 0702 500 7749 or 0701 4242 420. And if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, I don't know what you're waiting for at this point, aside if this is your first time joining us. So click the subscribe button now, like and share the link. Tune into channel 145 on your GoTV and do not miss any part of this. Now let's take a look at what is making headlines today. This morning we'll be scanning through the pages of top newspapers, the Tribune, and of course the Daily Trust. And I am going to be starting with my beautiful Goodness Ide to take us through what she has on the Tribune News.
I laughed behind my tongue this morning, but now let's look at the Tribune newspaper. Above the masthead, it says ADA, ASP, and 6 other associations for next stage of party registration. That's the reason, page 5. Beside that, we have experts warn of tougher times as federal government approves 50% import duty on petrol and diesel, page 11 on the for that story. As the Nigerian Tribune leads with Southwest leaders want Tinubu to prioritize regional integration. And we have a kicker that says, laments deplorable state of federal roads in region. Very true. And push for Yoruba unity and good governance. Also, we have Adeleke decries unjust attitude of federal government towards federating state. Says, I'm too popular to be afraid. And that's on page 4. We have 6 dead, 2 trapped in multiple accidents on Kara Bridge. And another story that says 5 die in Ondo crash. That story is in page 31. We also have SEC partners, CBN, EFCC to track, freeze illicit digital wallet. And also a health-related story, how to manage, prevent stomach cancers, according to medical report. And the 2 more stories I will take on still the front page of the newspaper. Tinubu to service chiefs. Nigerians expect results, not excuses. And we have a writer that says, major shake-up as army redeploys and appoint top officers. And lastly, on page 12, still we have Bono begins export of plastic materials to improve IGR. So taking first story, although Triumph will also expand on that, but I will take the aspects of the Ondo crash. It says 6 dead, 2 trapped in multiple accidents on Kara Bridge, and another 5 die in Ondo crash. So there is an accident that occurred 2 days ago and yesterday on Kara Bridge. I'm not going to go so much on that story as I have my uncle take us through that. But now let's look at the death that happened in the Ondo crisis. No fewer than 5 persons had lost their lives in a fatal auto crash that occurred at Onyi Junction in Iluabo in Akure North local government area of Ondo State. The accident, which involves a Nissan Sonic car and a DAF tipper truck, occurred when they had a head-on collision, leaving 5 of the passengers dead, while 2 others sustained injuries. That's a very sad one, as we have an eyewitness that stated that the victims were on their way to the popular Ogbese market at the outskirts of Akure for the weekly trading, and then the incident happened. However, confirming the incident, we have the Ondo State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Samuel Ibitoye, attributed that the cause of the crash was due to overspeeding on the parts of the drivers. And yeah, 7 people were involved, 5 were killed, compromising 1 male adult, 3 female adults, and 1 female child, while the 2 others that were injured have been sent to the nearest hospital. Now let's take a look at another story on the Tribune newspaper. The leading story says, Southwest leaders want Tinubu to prioritize regional integration. That's an interesting story this morning. And we have that says, leaders from across the Southwest have called on our dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to urgently prioritize regional integration and infrastructure renewal across Yoruba-speaking states. They also backed the economic reforms of President Tinubu, describing them as essential for Nigeria's economic stability, regional competitiveness, and long-term prosperity. I laugh at that word. I don't know why when I heard long-term prosperity. Whoa. Let's see. Relating to that story, they noted that while the reforms demand short-term sacrifices, they're designed to lay a sustainable foundation for industrial growth, job creation, and infrastructure renewal across the country. So if they are uniting Yoruba people coming together, how is it going to improve all this? Because all hands must be on deck, not just a particular ethnic group forming kind of a unity or prioritizing regional integration and infrastructure only among the Yorubas and neglecting others. I don't see if there will be a long-term prosperity.
And we didn't even agree to unite them. Because it is very easy to say that we want integration, we want regional integration. They are still the same set of people you will still find, faction among them that would still say that, I don't want the, some people, because for example, that in Yoruba land, and it's the same way with like every other part, Igbo and then Hausa. Some people will come out to say that maybe they are not pure Yoruba, maybe their own Yoruba is different. The way I speak my own Yoruba is different from the way another person will speak their own Yoruba. Maybe a Ekiti States might not agree that maybe they are Yoruba. You just have a whole lot of things. So I'm saying that if you are doing the regional integration, are people going to even accept? Because you will still find it among people. So let's not focus on what is going on in just a part. What is going on in the entire body? Let's talk about Nigeria as a whole. What is going on with us as a country? And let us focus on it. And that is how we see it. And then after we've done that one, don't forget that we still have the other part. We still have, call for Biafra and the Kano part. There's just a whole lot of things. When we have other things to focus on in the country, well,
that was why I even laughed when they said long-term prosperity, because I was wondering if you're just focused on one part or fragment of a country.
So is the prosperity going to be for Nigerians or for the Yorubas?
I will leave that for them to answer, right? But for me, my whole take is whatever integration or infrastructural development implementation the government wants to do should be for everyone, be it Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, whatever ethnic group you belong to, not just focusing on one particular person, right? Or one particular ethnic group. They're not the only one occupying the whole land of Nigeria. Yeah. So let's see what you have in Daily Trust.
That's quite interesting. Okay, let's take a look at what we are having here in Daily Trust News. To the first story, to the major headline in the Daily Trust. Fuel price may go up. This is coming from marketers. This is quite an interesting story for me, and we are going to be talking about that very, very soon. And then above that, we have Army redeploys 67 generals. Tinubu demands results. What APC can do with 2/3 North Assembly majority. And also Bauchi to create additional 29 local government areas. Seek NAS approval. This is related to the Southwest Regional Integration. Now, this one is even happening. Bauchi is demanding to add, 29 more local government areas. But that's not my story of interest. And below that, we have alleged coup plot. Brigadier General, colonels, others under probe. I don't know if you did it. I think you were the one telling me about this yesterday. Do you remember? That you were telling me that, who was telling me about it? I think you were the one. That you were telling me about the fact that, okay, they are coming out to say that they allege them of a coup.
Okay.
You were the one telling me now.
Yes.
So it is quite interesting to see that. And these are the things that we are talking about,
But
as a country.
they've been rounded up already.
Yes, they've been rounded up already. According to, the details of that story is that the identities of 16 military officers allegedly detained in connection with the batch coup plot against the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration have been revealed amid an ongoing investigation into the incident by the military authorities. Let's not forget that at the end of everything, we are Nigerians. We are Nigerians, and we have pledged, that song that I have pledged my allegiance. So as Nigerians, let us keep being Nigerians. We cannot, no matter some of the terrible things that might be going on, going against the government is a whole lot. Maybe, I don't know what will eventually happen to them, but justice must be served rightly because they've done wrong. To the stories below, 8 die in Lagos-Ibadan expressway crash. This happened in Goodness area, so I'm going to be talking about it.
I was expecting you to come for me.
Cameroon's opposition leader flees. UN, France won against repression. And then to the last story that we have here, air travelers cake as NCAA introduced $11.5 security levy. This is something that is not going down well with Nigerians. I've been seeing, a lot of stories online about it, but that is not what I am going to be talking about. So let's get into the stories that we are going to be talking about this morning. The first is for the fuel price, They are coming out now to say that because of one reason or the other, the fuel price might go up. I mean, I was trying to be sure as
That's the
at today,
marketers.
you know, how much 1 liter of fuel is. But I don't know why my director has decided not to respond to me, because it is quite an unfortunate thing. We just finished talking about them not quite long. We thought that, you know, everybody has decided to just calm down and then take a breather. But here they are now telling us that we need to, this might affect. And what they are coming out to say is that from the 15% import duty on petrol and diesel, that it could lead to another round of increase in fuel price. And I am wondering that, I thought we said that maybe we have been able to stabilize one thing or the other. If people are having to go through this and then they would have to experience lack, they would have to experience shortage, you're not going to be seeing traffic, you're going to be seeing people queuing for fuels.
Just like they did a few weeks ago. The gas, cooking gas and everything. But as at, that was last week? Yes, when I went to get fuel at the filling station, rather. So a liter of fuel was around 920 something. So it's above 900. So that was as at last week. So I don't know this week now.
According to reports now, they are beginning to project 1,000 for fuel, because I saw an headline. Allegedly, we don't know how it will look when it eventually goes up, but I really hope it won't. And to the sad story that happened yesterday as regards the Lagos-Ibadan crash, I mean, at least according to the reports, 8 persons have died, you know, talking about the incident that happened with 5 articulated trucks on Kara Bridge, inward Mowe, along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway yesterday. This is a very, very sad story. Beyond that, it affected almost everybody, even down to Lagos. I don't know if it was the same thing that was causing the traffic in Lagos. Because it is the same, you know, that once you're coming down from the island, from the 3rd mainland bridge, the same road that you're going, you keep going. I think that's what we also lead to that Kara Bridge.
Yeah, we have different pathways. That's once you come down from the highland, we have one that's
behind
going.
Your house, so tell us more about it.
We have one that is going towards this Antonio Bagada route, Oshodi. We have another one going straight to the Beggar axis. So when you said 5 trucks, okay, probably it was cumulative. Let me just put it that way. But there were a series of accidents yesterday. 2 days ago, and yesterday was like an accident. Is it yesterday? Okay, yes, yesterday. Yesterday and 2 days ago was like an accident galore on that road. So I'm just wondering. 2 days ago, that was around 10 p.m. in the night. I'd even gotten that was on Wednesday rather. So luckily enough for me, I got
You got home already.
Yes, before the accident happened, and there was a collision between 2 trucks. Collided on the road. No, normally I've been saying it over on this table that those truck drivers, I don't know how they drive. I don't know if they drive
was advising
headlessly.
Jungle Justice yesterday.
Yes, I'm sorry to say, please. Allegedly, please be careful of Triumph. Don't put me in trouble.
You were I was not saying that maybe that was the way forward, but you were advising that because it feels like those truck drivers, you know, they are not being responsible enough. You are not considering every other person.
That's just the thing.
Beyond even the people that died, beyond the accident itself, do you know people that were grounded yesterday? Somebody like you could not even go home yesterday.
To tell you the truth, that 2 days ago when the 2 collision happened between the 2 trucks, which they actually got burnt, right? It's brought out, it's got into flames and got burnt. Now after that, the following morning, that was yesterday morning, around 5 a.m., another truck too was coming, plying that roads, driving headlessly. I'm going to use that word. Yes, driving. They drive most times without their head and without their brain. Driving headlessly. Funny enough, they lost, not me because I'm not part of them. The police armed forces lost a police inspector in the process because they were trying to, this trolling truck that will come out to take trucks probably that already spoiled or had an accident or just to clear the way, was trying to take over what had happened the previous night. Then this same truck was now coming with full speed and had to run helter-skelter for their own safety. So in the process of the policeman escaping, he jumped right into an unfortunate thing that met his death. The same truck. I don't know if we could get, if later you could see the clips online also. There was this same truck that was coming that morning, around 5 a.m. Half of the truck, that means the head where the driver is seat to drive fell into the Kara River, live and direct, with him himself and the 2 other people that were men that sat beside him. Till today, or till now presently, they've not seen them.
They've not found their body.
They've not seen even the truck head. They've not found anything inside. And aside that, it caused a lot of accidents. The person that was in charge of the towing truck to clear up, that one broke his back, broke his leg and everything. In the process of coming to even come and rescue or clear the road, he met his own accident there. So many other people. So I don't even know. Then this same yesterday in the evening, it's when I told you that it was raining at my side. Another accident crash again along Gote-Dola Bridge. About 7 cars.
See,
that one was so
yesterday
funny.
I had somebody that was inside that traffic at around maybe 5 p.m. or thereabouts. I think before 5 p.m. She got home 10. I was even worried. Then I eventually saw a message that, okay, the person already got in safely. Until 10. It was not even that maybe she was going to maybe Ogun State. It was Bega, you know, around Bega. That's where she was going to go to, wherever it is that she was going to. It was quite sad. There was gridlock everywhere. The public transport I entered, the person in front of me was complaining about the same traffic that happened yesterday.
Me, I would have even entered the road yesterday.
You know, I kept telling you yesterday that just stay wherever you are.
If a very dear sister of mine just called me and told me, because she was going to Bega as well, that even her own route, there's a shortcut you usually take. It was even blocked. Talk less of me going to Mowe. So I was wondering. And I've had an experience where I stayed on the expressway till 3:30 a.m. It was so wonderful. And I didn't want to experience such things. So I just had to find a very safe place to stay.
Quite the unfortunate one. Our condolences to those that have lost their lives, and apologies, you know, on behalf of the whole situation to everyone who had to be on the road for hours without not sure of when they were going to get home. And that is where we are going to call it a wrap for this particular segment. Let's go on a very short break right now. When we return, we are going to be getting into our hot topic for this morning. If you're interested in your finances, then this would even be more interesting to you. We will be right back. Please stay with us.
They say cities never sleep, and who can blame them? With the honking, hustling, late-night food runs, and endless Wi-Fi, cities are the heartbeat of every human life. Today, we celebrate World Cities Day, a reminder that behind every skyline and street lies the story of billions. Cities are living works of art, painted daily with people, progress, and pure chaos. For every bright skyline, there is a community striving to be seen. The future of our cities depends on what we invest in today. Not just money, but creativity, compassion, and commitment. So, wherever you are, on the bus, in traffic, or watching the lights come on, pause and feel the pulse of your city. It's alive, growing, and evolving just like you. Happy World Cities Day. Here is the cities that inspire, include, and innovate. One street, one story, one habit at a time.
Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population, and with little or no meaningful engagement, leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
Welcome back, our valued viewers. Now it is time for us to get into the hot topic for this morning. We are going to be discussing building financial security in your 20s and in your 30s. In today's world, conversations around money have become so, much more important than ever, especially for young people in their 20s and 30s who are just beginning to shape their financial future, including me. Many are asking, how do I build financial security in a country where the economy is unpredictable? Opportunities are limited and expenses seem to rise faster than income. This morning on Voice Breakfast, we will be diving deep into what it really means to build financial security, not just for the short term, but for lasting stability. We are going to be talking about practical ways to manage your finances. We are going to be talking about the importance of creating financial goals and how you should stick to them. We will also take a look at investment, the smart, sustainable ones that yield returns over time. And the trendy IBRICS one, you might want to think twice about, from savings and budgeting to real estate and even digital investment platforms. We are breaking down what you should know to make your money work for you. At the heart of today's discussion is a simple question. How can young people begin taking control of their finances early enough to secure their future? Because building wealth isn't just about how much you earn. So let us get into it. I mean, talking about this is something that also affects me. I'm like, okay, let's talk about this. We would all go with a very full note this morning. So, yes, because
our financial doctor.
we all need to learn, we all need to understand financial security. But let's even try to look at what, this whole financial security thing really means, especially in today's economy. Is it just about savings, assets, or peace of mind? Because if you would ask me, for people in my own age group, in 20s and 30s, like we are saying, I see a lot of things online. I even see things like the money that I saved is not what is saving me. And then the next thing I'm saying is that you're buying shawarma and parfait, which is I don't know if to say that is a great one. So that's what we want to look at. If we are talking about financial security, is it about savings? Is it about assets? Or is it about peace of mind? Because people eventually decide to not even be able to save that particular thing because they want their peace of mind. The money that I'm saving is now the one saving me. Money that you're not even supposed to touch. So that is what we are just going to be opening up. So what's your thoughts on financial security in our economy and with our age?
Well, I'm not a financial expert, but from my own opinion, financial security could, to me, means securing your future or securing a lifetime when it is looking dry. Just like I always give not a parable though, it's in the Bible, concerning Joseph, the dreamer, where he advised the king Pharaoh to save during the time where there was bountiful harvest. That was the 7 years. And also because one of the dreams he interpreted was 7 years bountiful harvest and 7 years famine, like that. So they had to save during those times when they had enough, when it was green, against the coming years where, the only solution by then might be just your gari and granite together in your house. So instead of you to avoid that, you just need to save ahead. So it's just like saving for the future.
I mean, I love the fact that you were able to say that having enough to save when it gets to the time where there is not much. So what I would just, add to what you just said is having to, if emergency come up, how covered are you? You hear things like, you have different things that you're thinking about. You have different, anything can happen. Anything can come up. You might need money for anything. You could even ask me this a lot. I have been in a situation where I don't have emergency funds, and I have also been in a situation where I add emergency funds. And I can tell you that always having something like emergency funds, and that is just, you know, one part of financial security. There's also the part of investment. There's also the part of, you know, having certain assets and different things. But the part that, okay, I am in an emergency and I could actually save myself shows that you are actually secure. So I love how you were able to tailor that, because it also means that if emergency come up, how are you going to be able to do it? Because so many young people struggle with managing their money despite earning fairly well. Let's even calm down. Let's leave big English and all of that. Let's come down to ourselves. Let's come down to what happens, you know, as youth, the things that we experience on a daily basis. Have you ever been in a situation where, I'm sure that you've always been in this situation where you're like, I know that I am supposed to be doing this with my money, but maybe because you're not earning well enough, you're not earning the amount that fits what you want to do. So you're trying to be calm, or you're trying to not be able to do all those things. How do you manage that struggle?
That's an interesting question. Well, for me, I'm always somebody that is very intentional about spending. And I'm so sure that you've seen
I know
part of that in me. Yes.
Ask me.
I'm very intentional about spending. So this is what I do. I might not be earning so big. I might be earning big, but I usually have savings presently, just not to let so many cats out of the bag. I could say that I have in total, I have about 5 savings in different areas. So when you get your money, you know your goal. That's just the first thing. What do you want to achieve with this money? There are some people that their money comes before, okay, they've spent their money before they had come to the realization that, oh, I don't know how I spent the money. It's not possible. For myself, even before this my incoming salary, I already budgeted and planned, okay, this is how I'm going to spend this money. This is where I'm going to put so amount. This is where I'm going to put so amount. This is where I'm going to put so amount. So later on in the conversation, I'm going to give you a rule that you can also apply in your finances. So when you have your money, it's not about, oh, you're going to shawarma or going to take parfait.
Nigerian youth are not agreeing to what you are saying. Nigerian youth believe so much in the fact that you see that money, let it first buy me shawarma. Because if the money does not save me, how will I show up tomorrow?
But there are still some Nigerian youths that are also wise in their spending. Let me use that word. I'm part of those Nigerian youths. How many times have you seen me get shawarma or parfait?
No, I'm saying that, I mean, beyond shawarma and parfait,
okay,
you can get shawarma and parfait. It's on different levels, really. It's on different levels. Let's use shawarma and parfait, for example. Buying shawarma and parfait for some people might not be counted as maybe you are trying to save, because shawarma and parfait for some people is like you are buying, give me biscuits of 500 naira biscuits. It could be like that for some people based on whatever their income is. So I think what really matters is that I love how you were able to talk about the fact that you need to be wise in your spending. Everybody needs to be financially literate. Because regardless of how much you are earning, you see this thing about I am not earning well is a lack of not being financially literate. Because if you are financially literate, regardless of how much you're earning, let me give an example to my little brother at home. Now, this boy, I used to tell him something that you have more money than everyone in this household, than even me that give you money every time, than even, daddy, than even every other sisters that you have. Because no matter how much you give this boy, he has, we call it kolo in Yoruba. It's not a Yoruba word. Is kolo a Yoruba word?
I think so.
It's a Yoruba word. He has this kolo, and then he puts every money inside. He might not be earning as much as I am earning. He might not be earning as much as maybe daddy is earning. But the fact that he understands that he is supposed to take a percentage of every money you give him. In fact, it tells me, that boy's kolo, he said that if I'm owing him, or if he's owing me maybe like 200 naira or maybe 500 now or something like that, he always wants to make sure that the money is like, he will say something like, if it's not up to Figo, you know what we call Figo, that's 500 naira, that he will not be able to put it because any money that is going inside that column must be 500 naira or 1,000 naira. So you can tell how much. I can only imagine when he decides to open that thing up. Maybe I might not even have as much of that in maybe one of my savings accounts. But just to tell that this is a child or this is a boy that have been able to understand that this is how I want to be financially literate. He might not yet have gotten to that point where he's going to be having investments, doing this and doing that. But he can collect your money. He doesn't care whether you are fine. If you like
your own foolishly.
He really does not care. If you like, be wise. If you like, don't be wise. He's ready to collect all the money that you have. So I think that's just like being smart enough to be able to talk about it. But since we open up financial literacy, let's get into our schools. Because sometimes the older person or the youth that you're feeling like, oh, this youth is not financially literate, were they taught? Do they know? Somebody like you decided that, okay, this is what I want to do. Some people don't know. Some people really need somebody. But if we look into our system of education in Nigeria, tertiary, secondary, primary, is there really a balance with financial literacy, integrating financial literacy into just like, you know, you have it in English, civic education? What would you think about that balance?
Well, it would be a perfect combo. Let me use that word. If we can have that.
But we don't have it.
We don't have it, obviously. We don't have it. So if it's something that they can incorporate in, I mean, we do a subject like economics in but I think in a little way it's also infused in it, because in economics, I can remember when we were taught scale of preference, where you have your wants, I think your choice, and your needs. And in that scale of preference, it's like a table. You write out your needs, you write out your wants, you write out your choice. Your needs are something that you can't do away with. So obviously, you need your money or your funds to get that. Your wants, it's 50-50. There are some wants that it's inevitable, while there are some wants that you can still postpone to probably another time when you have enough money. And then your choice, probably, oh, you just want this, something like a parfait or shawarma, or you want to get pizza and everything. You can actually do away with that. You're not going to, the world is not going to crumble if you don't eat that, right?
One of my colleagues actually told me yesterday that she has an amount that she puts, you know, aside for parfait and shawarma monthly. And by the time I heard that amount, I'm like, this amount that you're separating for shawarma only. So how much are you even able to save from that money? Because that money alone, if you're saving that money every month, I know what that kind of person, you know, will be able to use that money to do after a while.
Like I said I was going to even give a rule concerning how to utilize.
You will give us that rule when we come back. Let's go on a short break right now. We're talking about building financial security in your 20s, in your 30s. You can send us a message on our YouTube channel, drop a comment, and we'll be here to hear from you. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we will analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Welcome back. We're still talking about how to build financial security in your 20s and in your 30s. And of course, I and my brilliant... Today, I admit that Goodness is such a brilliant lady. And she has been taking us through, or we have been taking you through, building financial security. So she wanted to give us a rule, right? So take us through it.
The brilliant girl wants to give you a rule. So please take your notepads and let's get
I am
ready.
writing. My notes are full.
All right, so I was talking about the scale of preference in our economics. If you had done economics in your secondary school or so, you know what they call scale of preference. So now let's go right into it. We have your needs. Let's say, for instance, you earn 100,000 naira in a year, right? There's something they call the 50-30-20 rule. 50-30-20 rule. Remember I said your needs are something you can't do away with. It's not, you don't have a choice over it. Now, your needs goes with the 50%. So if you're earning 100,000 naira, let's say you have 50,000 naira specifically for your needs, which is 50%. And what are the things that comprises your needs? You have your transportation fare, obviously. You need to go to work. If you don't put that aside, how are you going to do it? So you have your transportation fare, your rent, your house rent. You need to pay for. So that's part of your needs. And also your food. You know, man cannot go without food.
That food
It's a basic life saving.
If I can take food out of the things I'm using money to do, honestly, I'll become a billionaire. By next month, by in 2 months time, by 2026, I'll be part of, the first top 30 in Nigeria.
That's good. So I think even Triumph here is a perfect person. You can meet our later in the show.
No, he doesn't.
What?
Just go ahead with
All
what you're
right.
saying.
So your needs takes 50%, and in your needs you have your transportation, your rent, and your food. Now we move to the next 30 rule. That's 50-30-20. Your 30% goes with your nice things. That is your wants. Your wants, because your wants too are also basic. Remember I said your wants, there are some that you could do away with, while there are some that you can't really do away with, right? I would say that they are up to your needs, but they are not your needs. If you study that scale of preference very well, there's a way they analyze everything. Now your wants, what are the things in your wants? Good things that make you feel good. It could be your dresses, because they are your wants. You need to get good outfits. Your shoes, you need to get the funds, your investment. Now, 20% of your earned money or your income monthly goes to that, your savings and your investments, because this is very important. It's like you are self-protecting your future. So that's where we have the 50, your needs, 30% your wants, 20% your savings and investments. And please, there are different ways you can even save. So if you're wondering, how can I save? Because there are some people that might not really have that discipline in saving. So I have a friend, she will save, right?
And she will go and pick the savings up.
Yes.
So it can save her in her present state.
So that thing is quite funny. So I would suggest, there are different, please be careful. And don't hold me when your money enter one place like that. Just be wise. I'm sure you're a wise person, right? Observe, read. There are different platforms. I can mention very few, but I'm sure there are so many others. Like I myself, I use PiggyVest. There's CarryWise, right? You can save with that. Though when you're saving too, when you even save with them, there are different types of saving plans. So you have plans where you lock. When you lock them, you get interest in it with time.
So you're even making small money.
Yes.
You're saving your money.
Even there is one I want to make mention of that I'm sure that very few people know about it. A lot of people, I'm not canvassing for them, please, but I'm just saying this is just creating an awareness that even some things that you don't know could actually help you save and even yield interest. Your OPay account. How many of you know that in your OPay, you can actually save and lock your funds? Now, that's why Triumph will call me the brilliant girl.
You see that I'm writing? My notes
yes, your OPay
full.
account.
Since people easily even put money inside their OPay, so rather
there's
than
a place where you can save and lock your funds. Recently, I just opened one because I don't even buy into all those online banking and everything. And me, I like researching. I like looking for a place where I put my money. That when I'm taking it back, it's not the same amount, it's increasing. So let's say, for instance, you save your amount in a bank. bank will give you probably like 4 naira in addition to the money that you saved. That's like probably an amount that you've not touched for a particular while.
0.4%
4 naira,
increase.
depending on the kind of the amount you have in your account. But if you save in all these such platforms, it's also a safest means, because if I say you should go into investment or getting stocks and funds and everything you get, but
okay, Goodness has given us the 50, 30, 20% rule. And that is 50% for your needs, 30% for your want, and then 20% for your savings and investment. I mean, smarter people who do greater things with their finances have even more stricter rules. So this one is just a basic rule, just a basic rule. When you meet people who take on stricter financial rule, even this 20% might be more for them.
Yes.
They might be doing maybe 50%. Maybe it's that 50% that is the savings and investment, because they believe so much in the fact that, for example, when it comes to all these investments, you are going to put your money in different things. They know that if they put more, the more you put, the more you can get return.
And also timing also matters.
Timing also matters.
You can't put your money and expect that in 1 month it's going to use big money. No, it's not possible.
It doesn't work like that. So I love the fact that she was able to give us the 50, 30% and 20% rule. But to add to that, one of the ways to be financially literate, you have the world at your disposal. You have the internet at your disposal. You have money and you have legs at your own disposal, so you can really help yourself financially when it comes to watching certain videos. If you click on how to be financially literate on YouTube, it will bring you, if you want to watch over 1,000 videos on how to be financially literate, you are going to get it. Walk into bookstores. You will find great. Robert Kiyosaki does a lot when it comes to, you know, finances. So depending on whatever book it is that you want to read to learn about your finances, I think I've read Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill talks about finances, Think and Grow Rich. Just basic book that you can even start with. There's a way it conditions your mindset so you can think about your finances differently.
And there are also people out there that you can also learn from. They put a lot of stuff on their YouTube, on their social media handles. I don't want to
and their social media, so I don't want to be making mention of that.
Because I can give you names of them, but it's more like we're doing publicity.
Yes, and one thing that I really want to mention is how to have financial plan. Okay. One thing I have understood, or one thing I have realized and observed, you know, continuous now with people, is that some people don't know how to make financial plans. You don't have projects. You don't have anything you're using money to do. You don't have business. You don't have projects. You don't have investment. So as the money is coming, there's almost nothing. Even if you want to save the 20%, it's like, what do I want to use the 20% for? Okay, let me save just to, knowing fully well that you can still save maybe 80%. Because if you have I don't want to use the word trouble. If you have projects, if you have plans, if you have things to use money to do, you will, that 30% want that you will change it to 50%
True,
for the want.
Yeah.
So have financial plan. There is nothing wrong in you taking up businesses, taking up certain things.
There's nothing wrong with you owning properties.
Owning properties, real estate, all those things. That's where it even helps you to really want to make more money. I don't know if you understand, but when I have a lot of financial burdens, it makes me like, I even want to make more money. You know, sometimes I get a lot of, you're so young, why are you looking for this type of money? I'm like, do you know the kind of financial burden that is on me to deliver certain things? So, goodness. So people are looking at you, all these things that you're saying, lock money inside OPay, this one, that one. How can people really differentiate between real investment and all these get-rich quick schemes that dominate social media? You see a lot of, if you put 50,000, you get 1 million. If you put, and then you click on it. I remember that there was one time that we were doing this, almost everybody tap. Everybody has moved on. I mean, this time last year, everybody was tapping. And how should people be able to differentiate these things? Because a lot of people put their money into things and then they are not able to get it back. This investment now, if you go and dip into shares of maybe one company now, and the company, before you know it, they are done, how will they be able to recognize? Let's just talk about that.
All right, so that's one thing. Now, there's something concerning money. Yes, there's money everywhere. But money can also instigate you to do something. So if you are saying, oh, invest here within 2 days or 3 days or 1 week, you get 200,000 naira. You to wonder, is it that how are they also getting the money back?
Growing?
Yes, because except if you're a glutton, you're Oliver Twist, that you're always looking for fast or quick way of making money. Let me put it this way: when you're looking for a quick way of making money, that money that you're looking for in a quick way will also quick you back, that you will lose that money quickly.
Okay, so that's it. So do not be too desperate in the process and do your due diligence by reading. You could get financial mentors. People will show you the way. Teachers, there are lots of teachers online.
I could be your mentor, though.
Did you hear? So anyways, at the end of the day, building financial security isn't about luck. It's about intentionality. Whether you are in your 20s just figuring out life or in your 30s trying to stabilize, every decision you make with your money today shapes the kind of freedom you will enjoy tomorrow. Start small, save something, invest wisely, learn constantly. See how I am shouting
Do projects.
now? Because the truth is, wealth doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. It doesn't happen by shawarma and parfait. So choose discipline, choose knowledge, and most importantly, choose to start now. Do ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, follow us on all our social media engagement. And remember to like, share, comment, and invite your friends and family to watch us and follow us. Do have a wonderful day ahead. Have a great weekend and happy new month in advance. Bye.